Hello, beautiful people. Welcome again to another edition of Find Ways to Win. My name is FitzgeraldStephens. Hope you're having a day you want, the day you're working for, the day you're planned for, the day you've meditated for. I want to talk to you guys quickly on the subject of your energy introduces you. Your energy introduces you. Very, very vital about that. I mean, when often people would talk like, "Hey, I just didn't feel right about this person," or something was right about this person or this situation and things. Energy introduces us. Our energy, how we are, what we're putting out, what we're radiating out, is people are picking that up. Especially those people who are attuned to spiritual matters, to attuned to who attuned to discernment and wisdom. Your energy has to match up to your words, and if that is right, generally you're going to get a good positive response from people who you're interacting with. If something is off with one or the other, people are going to read that. The older I have become, the more I realize the importance of knowing how to read people's energy. Some people call it, "Hey, I read people," but it's really the same thing. When you're dealing with a situation, or you're dealing especially with individual, what they are will radiate. What they are inside will radiate on the outside. Very much so. In the church where when I was trained, it tells me about discernment. God gives you a gift of discernment. That's the ability to read different types of energy, whether it be good energy or bad energy. However you want to put it. As you get older in life, you depend more on the wisdom to read certain situation. That feeling that you have, you don't just take that for granted. You really, really rely on that. And for many a times, many of us, including myself, we have had a feeling or had a unction about a certain thing, certain condition, certain someone, a certain business, and we didn't follow that to our detriment. Only later to realize that, hey, we got ourselves in something that we shouldn't have been in. We've had relationships that you look back on it, something about the energy of that particular person was off. But maybe they look good, maybe he looked good, or maybe you were in a state of loneliness, or maybe you was letting your sexual desires override your discernment and things, and you rush into something only later to have disaster, come about. And if you really trace that back, you like, you really trace that back, you can look back and say, I had this feeling, something told me that this person wasn't right. Something was off, and I ignored that. That's one of the reasons why I talk about on my channel, the number one crux of it, besides you are responsible for your actions, you are responsible for your actions. When you start getting to a stage in life, and maybe because I'm older now, and I'm more mature and more seasoned with some of the trials and the triumphs, as well as tragedies of life, I've learned to look back and quit blaming everything. Every decision that I have made have brought me to the point in my life where I am right now. And guess what? Every decision that you have made have brought you to the point where you are now. For those of us who understand that, that's a liberating feeling. That no, you look within and you're saying, like, I take personal responsibility for that. For those who don't understand it, it was that girl's fault. It was that guy's fault. It was my manager's fault that I didn't achieve. I want to start a business. I want to start an online business, a brick and mortar business. I want to start a side hustle. It was the market factor's fault. My upline didn't help me. My downline wasn't doing right. For those of you who like myself, who like to build network marketing businesses and laptop money, as I like to call it, you look at the situation and say, like, it's always someone else's fault. I can't go to the gym because it's too far away. I can't go out there and look at houses because I'll never have the money to do it anyway. What's the use of writing down goals because something will go wrong or I never get ahead? Stop that. when you are alone are the responsible for your life. Look at the energy you're throwing off by speaking that. Look at the energy you're throwing off by doing that. Do you think things are just going to happen in your life and good things are going to come to you? Good things are going to come in God's universe, the Lord's universe, that He's just going to always release blessings on you? When you're talking like that, when you're thinking like that, do you really believe that? Do you really believe that you can have good things thinking wrong ways and giving off wrong energy? Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot. And someone needs to tell you this. Stop the blame game. You alone are responsible for your energy. Your energy is your business card. Man, that'll preach. Your energy is your business card. People read you. I am not concerned really about your words first. I'm reading your energy. I'm searching for your energy. Back in my younger days and my more mature days, I'll say my even naive days, I used to think your words were something. I used to really think you were man or woman of your word. I don't do that anymore. I look for your energy. I look for the just sincerity of heart, the kindness with you, what you're radiating. And I'm right now, I'm done decide if I want to do business with you or interact with you within 3 seconds of introducing myself to you, or you introducing yourself to me. I'm looking for character. I'm looking for energy that harmonizes with my spirit, that goes along with. This is someone I could work with. This is someone who I could do business with. This is someone who I could start a relationship with, friendship, or any other things I could do. This is someone that's putting off the right type of vibes for me. And then also you have to make the choice, like, just because someone puts off the right energy at first, it has to be maintained. That's where a lot of times we miss it. Energy often shifts, ladies and gentlemen. Energy makes turns and makes twists, and it goes up and down. You need to know how to read that energy, and you need to know what you're dealing with. You need to notice, like, hey, something's not, the person was cool, right? Or the situation was cool beforehand, but something's off. That's how a lot of people get burned in business and relationships. It started off good, and they're seeing and they're picking up the distortions in the energy spectrum of this person or this situation, but they're ignoring it, because they're saying, well, in the past, this situation was right, or the past, this person what dealt right by me. But they're not reading the energy has changed. The energy is decreasing, or has decreased, but you're dealing with them on the same patterns that you met them before. That's a dangerous thing. That's a dangerous path to walk down. Why is it very dangerous? Because sometimes you got to know how to hold them and when to fold them, like the old Kenny Rogers song would say in The Gambler. You got to know, hey, is this wave over? Or this relationship over? Is it time for me to pull out this venture, or is it time for me to keep moving forward? Always read energy. Your energy introduces you, your energy introduces others, and your energy introduces situation. Not one time, not some of the time, not haphazard, not whenever winter solstice. Every single time it does that, and it's constantly doing that. You are constantly radiating who you are in the side. You can't fake that. You can't fake that. And for people who are seasoned, and people who have discernment and wisdom and know how to read this, man, you're not fooling them one bit. Just because someone doesn't say something to you, that don't mean they're not on to you. No, it really doesn't. And wise people will learn to counsel with other wise people. Hey, am I reading this situation wrong? What do you think about so and so? What are you thinking about Fitzgerald? Is he the real deal? What do you feel about him? What vibes are you getting? And if you're putting off the right energy, it's going to match no matter who is picking it up. But if you're not, it's going to be picked up. And, by session with someone who is more seasoned in the game. Ladies and gentlemen, get this straight. Learn how to raise your energy. Learn how to keep your energy to a high perpetual state where you can create, where you can discern, where you can dismiss, and where you can bring into your life those things that you want and repel those things that you don't want. Now, let's talk about some of the ways we raise energies. Our association. Oh, that's a huge one. That is a huge one. You associate around people who are positive, people who are high level energy, even higher level than you are. Very, very vital. Associations matters. Associations are very, very important. This world isn't made for loners. You like to it's good for TV and movies like the Maverick and the Lone Wolf and all that stuff. And but sometimes people say, well, the Sigma male, he likes to be alone and all that. No, we need relationships. Solitude does have its place, only to recalibrate your well-being and recalibrate your mental state. But you got to formulate association. You need to be around high energy people. You need to be around people who are radiating what you want. They have got to be throwing the same frequency. Why? Because that's recharging your energy. That's recharging you, and your group, and your contribution to them is that you're recharging their energy. So it's a win-win. Number two, environments, association environments, although they can be similar, they're very, very different. You have got to learn how to be around environments that radiate and increase your energy. For mine, it's nature. Also for me, it's music therapy. I'm a big advocate of music, everything from country to rock, to R&B, the soul to classical. But there's only certain key songs I listen to. Why? Because I'm feeding on that energy. I'm taking in, I'm using that energy to help recharge me. And a little wonder if I listen to certain songs, I'm in a much more clear, leaner state of mind. I got songs if I want to go work out. I got songs to rev me up. I have songs if I want to reflect and think. Classical music is beautiful for doing that. I got certain songs but I consider like a mind massage. Two of them I can think of right away. It's Hiroshima, Daydreamer, and Commodore Zoom, and I'll even add Christopher Cross Sailing. These songs transport me to a portal of peace. They keep my energy up. So and let's add a third one on to that, although there could be many more. I'm just touching on some of the ones that work for me. Your nutrition. What are you throwing in your temple? What are you putting in your body? Do you know that certain foods can actually lower your frequency? That certain foods can actually raise your frequency. If you're out there eating a lot of processed food and you're going out eating out a lot and you're not taking time to prepare your food and make your own portions, or you have someone who loves you cooking for you, that energy can transform into the food, and you have the right, you're juicing, you're doing the right things, you're eating in small portions, you're cutting back on a lot of stuff that clog the artery, does clogging the blood flow, does clogging the mental flow and things like that. Don't expect your energy to be high if you're eating sloppy or if you're eating unclean. You have to learn how to eat the fresh foods, the blueberries, the pineapple, the juices. You have to learn how to properly prepare your meat. Eat meats that are going to benefit you. My number one meat is salmon. I love salmon. Practically eat that often and stuff, but it's a particular way I prepare it. I prepare it in the air fryer. I don't hardly eat fried foods no more. I don't do that. I don't take in a lot of carbohydrates. Because these things dull my energy. They don't contribute to what I'm trying to go, what I need to do. I need a lot of energy in order to function throughout my day. I do a multiple array of tasks, and I need that energy. I need to be sharp. And I need my mind to think. Let's talk about another thing that really, really boosts your energy up. Meditation. Oh my God, this is a big one. Not saying that you're too busy for meditating is like saying you are too busy to breathe. It's just that vital. Meditating, clearing your mind. On my last video, I said success comes from peace of mind. You might want to listen to that. Clearing your mind, allowing the frequencies to speak to you, allowing the Holy Spirit to speak to you, allowing ideas to come to you, because creativity does not abide with chaos. Creativity actually is stronger than chaos. It comes to replace chaos, but it doesn't come to abide with it. You have to look at things like, what do I need to do to get myself in the creative mind? There is no such thing as creation without it anchoring on the level of peace. Peace is the foundation for creation. Peace is the foundation for creation. Write that down and never forget it. Prove it over and over in your life, and you will find that it will never fail. Peace is the foundation for creation. What do I need to get myself in peace? Certain things, you know your triggers. You have to know your triggers. What puts you in a good state of mind? What puts you in a good state of mind in order to rock and roll to be your optimum best? Okay. And then I might also add in solitude. Sometimes you got to sit up there and reflect. Sometimes you got to reflect, about what you're doing. You can be very, very busy, ladies and gentlemen, but not necessarily productive. I've done it. I have to fight against it even right now. Wasting time, your mind flashing back and forth. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to do that. You're not getting anything done. Yet the clock is still ticking. Sometimes you gotta sit back, use silence, reflect. What did I do in my day? What can I do better? What am I doing now? Take inventory of yourself. And finally, perhaps one of the most important. Well, all these are important. I'm not going to say any of them are more important than others. Man, you better have a pen, and you better have a pen and a pen and journal. Excuse me for that. You better have a pen and journal in your hand, because ideas are sometimes going to come to you. You're going to forget them if you don't write them down. You're going to need to go back to them. You're going to need to look at this situation. So that happened. You ever have a situation where you're trying to think of an artist for a favorite song, or you're trying to think about a formula that worked. Maybe you heard a speaker give you a great way to how to deal with people and how to win in a situation. And it's stored in your file system in your brain somewhere, but you can't think of it. And then you just like, oh man, well, I don't know. Instead of saying I don't know, say it'll come to me. I've learned to say that it'll come to me. And lo and behold, about maybe an hour or a couple hours or a couple of days or a day, all of a sudden it just shows up in the most uncommon way. Well, why? Just because I had dismissed it doesn't mean my subconscious mind has stopped working, and it's going in all the memory banks of my brain, and it's looking for that file, because everything that you've seen, touched, experienced is still stored within you. Sometimes it's buried, but it's still stored. Peace is the key that opens that mental file. Not fretting, not worrying. Your energy introduces you, ladies and gentlemen. Your energy. I don't care if you're at the high level of your game. I don't care if you're at the top of your game. You better maintain that energy that got you to the top, or you're going to quickly come crashing down. I say again, I don't care if your energy has gotten you to the top of your profession or your game. You better maintain that same energy that got you there. If not, you're going to come crashing back to the ground. That's why a lot of times people achieve great success and then they lose it. People achieve great wealth and then all of a sudden they lose it. Why? They lose the thinking and the mindset that got it for them in the first place. And so because they let their energy get sharp, they got complacent. They said, "Hey, I've arrived. I don't have to do the grind anymore. I don't have to hustle. I can sit back and relax. And relaxation has its place, but don't relax to the point where you're regressing." Vital that you take inventory. People are reading your energy every single day. They may say something to you, they may not, but I promise you, they're constantly watching you. They're constantly looking at you and, like say, do I want to do business with this guy? Do I want to date this gal? Do I want to engage in this situation? Do I want to take this job offer? Do I want to offer him or her a chance to be in relationship with me and be in business with me? Do I even want to sponsor a person? I have a little business, that I deal with. I get paid in Bitcoin and Ethereum and on the blockchain in real time. Now, goes all over the world, doing very good at it. I left my link as far as within the description where you can, find more information out that. But I want to say something to you. I don't sponsor anyone. I don't sponsor anyone. Now I could talk to various people, and I don't talk to anyone. I look to sponsor people and get in business with who I'm reading a high positive energy. Why? Because I know if I have that, I know I don't have to beg them to do what they need to be doing in the first place. Every time I dealt with low frequency individuals, every time I dealt with low frequency situations, every time I've got myself in a low frequency, I've always lost. I have always lost ground, not maintained ground, lost ground. And so being the student I am, especially studying myself, I'm like, why am I failing? It's my energy. I allow things to creep in me that was cooling my creativity, that was lowering my energy. So I just stay away from that right now. I don't make any qualms by saying I don't need to deal with you. I don't make any qualms saying, hey, I don't want to deal with you. I don't got no problem telling you. I don't make any qualm like, hey, this is not a good situation for me. I don't go along anymore to try to be nice and get along. No. This is not the thing I do. For example, a little simple thing. My name is FitzgeraldStephens. Don't call me Fitz. Don't call me Fitz. No, I don't like that. And I address that. Because to allow someone to play with your name is to allow someone to play with your life. Just a little simple thing. You calling me Fitz, and that way that lowers my energy. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm 57 years old. Don't put little kid nicknames on me. No, my name is FitzgeraldStephens. No, God, why? That keeps my energy up. Just a little small thing, but it's a big thing to me. What's your thing? What are you working on? When you get off this video right now, and when you meditate on this video, I want to think is take discernment, take discernment and take lessons. Where are my energy leaks? How am I leaking energy? How do I need to raise my energy? What can I do to raise my energy? We spoke about meditation. We spoke about diet and food. What you're taking. We spoke about music. We spoke about things that trigger energy, associations, environments. Where are you missing it? Do you want to keep waking up and feeling low frequency, or you want to wake up feeling energetic? Often I work usually very, very late at night or practically early in the morning. I go to the gym. Sometimes I'm in the gym about 1:30 to 3 a.m. in the morning, because that's where my time allows the schedule. I have businesses I run. I work a full-time job, and I need my energy. So what am I doing? What am I doing? If I'm training myself to energize myself, to keep my cells energized, to keep my mind energized by what I feel, to make a difference of being grateful and to God, being grateful for people in my life, being grateful for God supplying, being grateful for where I am right now. Last night while I was at work, I had to make a very, very unfortunate call that was real, real difficult for me. And it's my job. I was with my employer, and all of a sudden, a client came to me and told me there was this homeless lady in there, and I looked at her and I said, okay, I'll address it. And I looked at that lady. I said, I hate like hell to make this phone call, because that lady is going to be thrown on the street. The officer is going to come in there, although this was a place where it was not for this situation. They was going to put it out, and my heart went out to her. And my heart went out because it was cold outside in Tampa that night, and she didn't have nowhere to go and everything. And I just feel for that. I used to do street ministry. I used to deal with homeless. I used to go up under the bridges in Atlanta, Georgia, and take blankets and minister to people. And I know some of the things that's in their heart, but I didn't want to make that call because I'm thinking, gosh, this would be very difficult for me to do. That's just where my heart is. But nevertheless, I had a job to do. So I called the police, and I called the police, and they escorted her out. Now, what did that do? And that very act lowered my energy, even though it was something I was basically had to do. You get it? That act lowered my energy. Let's fast forward to the previous couple hours before. And God gets the glory in this, not me. There was a couple, and I was looking at changing my gym membership, and it's just one of those situations. I have to be in the right place at the right time. There's this couple, and it's a man along with his wife, and they asked the man said, "Hey, I'm trying to get some gas," and I said also, "I'm trying to get some food." And I said, okay, well, he said something about money and things. I said, well, which one you want? Do you want the gas? She just followed me on the technical station, and the wife looked at me, and I knew she was sincere. She said, I'm hungry. I need to get some food. Well, my heart went out because my late mother, I know she had two things. She didn't like to be cold or hungry. So I went out and went to the grocery store and told her, hey, just get your food. Be sure to get for your husband too. Did I have a lot of money? No, but I knew I had a refrigerator full of food like the one you see behind me. They didn't have anything, and it was in my power to give it, and I gave it to him. Well, I also went to talk to the man. I said, hey, don't think of yourself less than a man because you're in this situation. You're doing what it takes to provide for your wife and family. I respect you. So I had to build this character up. That built my energy. Oftentimes when you give, you get the greater blessing. So people think they're getting it, whether they get money or whether they get the time. No, you get the greater blessing. So acts of kindness, acts of gratitude, those increase your energy. Ladies and gentlemen, you have got to learn this. You have got to practice this. Don't look at my videos. Don't look at anything I make and sit up there and say, hey, man, that was real good. That was a nice speech. No, I'm talking from my life, from my experience of walking on God's earth almost 6 decades. This stuff works. And you take this and, you take this and apply it. Your life is going to change. Your life is going to change. I prove it in mine, and the principles are the same. You get back what you give out. You get back what you give out. The Bible says, as a man sows, that shall he reap. That works in everything. That works in energy. That is energy. What you give will come back. You want to be a leader? Serve. You want to energize yourself? Learn how to serve others. Learn how to be grateful. Learn how to be kind. Learn how to deal with your nutrition. Learn how to deal with your environments and your association, and have the courage to cut anything or anyone off that doesn't raise your energy, because you only got so much. There is a such thing as flaming out. There is such thing as running out of fuel. When human beings run out of fuel, stress starts coming, depression starts coming, doubt and unbelief starts coming. Eventually, it can even metamorphose in the greatest of them all, self-destruction, which we call suicide. Ladies and gentlemen, it's just that vital. It's just that vital that you understand this. So we thank you guys for tuning in. I see Michael and Michael Delco and Mike Hosey. Michael Delco has been a friend of mine, not too far from 3 decades. I appreciate you, Michael. Mike Hosey, I definitely appreciate you. Hope you're doing well out there, on the West Coast. But please hit like, share, and subscribe to this, and the notification button when I come on. And please apply it. I don't want you guys to sit up there and say, man, that guy really had a great talk. You got to apply this stuff in order for it to work. The breakthrough comes in the doing, ladies and gentlemen, not the listening. The breakthrough comes in the doing. Make sure you're doing stuff that moves you and propels you forward. Not that you're just talking about it. Not that you're just thinking so much about it. Make sure that your hands are doing stuff. Doing. Going after what you want, keeping that energy high, because there's no great achievements without high energy. And there's no maintaining of those great achievements without maintaining high energy. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless y'all. Thank you for allowing me to tune into your home and office. We appreciate you. Have an incredible day. And thank you once again for tuning in to Find Ways to Win. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye.